Hi guys, before we start the episode, we're going to tell you all about Patreon. If you love the podcast and want to support us, then sign up to Patreon for as little as £3 a month. You get to come into our living room, like our actual living room, where we chill and get high.
It's like an extra hour a week, innit?
Watch us get chonged on the couch.
Yeah, we've got some extras for the other tiers. You can get a members-only club card, Mild High Club prints, discounts on merch, and probably some other stuff in the future as well, innit?
Yep, lots of goodies.
But if you sign up, you'll be helping us out loads. There's £3, £5, £10 tiers.
It's really good.
So if you love the podcast and you want more from the podcast, go sign up today. Patreon.com/The Mild High Club.
And the more patrons we have, the sooner we can take over the world.
Always about taking over the world.
There's so many things I want to do, and we need your help to do them.
Go sign up now. Nice one.
Love ya.
Hey everyone, before we go into this week's episode, I want to tell you about a new sponsor we've got, Munchterm.co.uk. Munchterm is the UK's #1 smoke shop. So you want to hit up them for any and all your smoking paraphernalia. They've got skins, grinders, blunt wraps. They sell CBD flour. They've got all sorts. There's pink ones. There's raws, all sorts of stuff. Lighters. Anything you need to get high.
Grinders, Blazy Susans, rolling trays.
Them as well.
Filters.
And them. We've got a little promo code. It's Mild High UK. If you use that, you get £2 off your order. You can either use that code or use our link that's in the description. It's munchterm.co.uk. Go there, buy some stuff, get high, support the podcast, enjoy the rest of the show. Love yous. Munchterm. How's it going?
What episode is it?
52. Brennan Reece is here.
Is this a year anniversary? 52 is a year, isn't it?
Yeah, but we missed a couple of weeks.
Pathetic.
We missed 2 weeks. You were meant to be on our birthday and you bailed us for something.
Well, yeah. It was a job.
Paid job.
Not that this is for free.
Yeah. We'll talk about that after.
There's a box of sweets there.
That's all I want.
We'll pet your dog for a bit. That's fine. That's payment enough, isn't it? There's a dog here, by the way, for any audio listeners. And Tom's back as well.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Back in his little dictionary corner. What did Kyle say? That's going to fall off again.
Kyle who?
Kyle Legacy said you're doing homework in the corner.
I can't remember the woman. Oh shit, I can't remember the woman.
Swear it's going to keep falling off.
He's got some shit references. Don't even pay attention.
The Riff King.
How you doing, Brennan?
Yeah, I'm good actually. It's quite nice to be out and about.
Yeah.
I've just. It was my birthday a few days ago.
Oh, was it?
I've recently turned 35. So old. Because how old are you?
30.
How old are you?
28.
Yeah, like when you get crack into like 35s. Your hangovers become horrific.
Oh, I've pretty much swerved hangovers now since about 27.
I reckon you're going to get them bad.
Like, no, I mean, I've stopped drinking enough to get hangovers.
We do drugs instead.
I just do drugs now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Just a bit.
No hangovers.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Can you not get drug hangovers though?
We don't.
I get depressed off mushrooms the day after.
Depression.
The day after, yeah, bad.
That's just like lifelong hangover.
Yeah. I mean, you can get like, if you have like heavy edibles, you can feel a bit groggy in that, but it's not like a hangover. You just might feel a bit tired and that. But it's not like where you can't get out of bed and you're being sick and all that.
Yeah.
After
mushrooms, like the day after, I'm just like, I just want to go to the park. Like, I feel amazing.
We walked to Lidl the other day to get corn chicken nuggets on mushrooms.
They're good, them, aren't they?
It was on mushrooms, though, and we walk around going, oh, look at that Mazda with no wheels on. It was mad.
Everyone else a little looks like they're on mushrooms.
Yeah. It was mad. But so I stopped like properly drinking. Like I have a few pints. I like getting a little buzz on, a little tipsy. But I can't drink properly, mate.
See, I only drink like a couple of times a year, but I go hard. I pretend like I'm on an 18 to 30 Sunday.
Yeah.
So I had an house party, and it was like friends and family, people I hadn't seen for ages. And then some of my old friends turned up, and they were like, it's like they were 14. They were like, I've got this Russian vodka. And I was like, we've all got shops.
Yeah.
Like, we can all go to the shop. And he's like, let's have a shot, because he's away from his wife and kids for the night. And then it just turned into lots of that.
Yeah.
And I went to bed about 5, woke up, and people were still going about 9.
Yeah.
And then went again the next day for the Super Bowl. So like, for the
can't
past
do
3
it
days,
anymore,
I've just
mate.
been like shaking like I'm trafficked. I've been like, oh, okay, no.
The last shot I had was I had a little one for The Last Dance.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I felt like people would judge it if you didn't have one. No, on stage.
Yeah.
But before that, it was just when I was working in a bar in New Zealand. Someone would buy you one, because you were working like late nights. You go, I'll have a little one. I used to have little fireballs. You know that?
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Just to keep me going. Yeah, so nice. So just to have, oh yeah, go ahead, I'll have one of them. Just to keep the buzz up, like. But I can't drink like that anymore, me.
Yeah, someone was passing around like shit tequila.
Yeah.
I think normal tequila's kind of shit as well. And then one of my mum's friends was there with her mum, who must be like 78.
Yeah.
This woman called Thelma. And she was like, what's shots?
Get Thelma on the shots there.
She had one, and then she was ready
Loose.
for it.
Yeah.
Just like little tapas, but like liquid tapas. She's like, these little drinks are nice, and then absolutely caning them. She was like, honest to God, I reckon I could have.
Yeah. That's hilarious. We had someone. I know we told the story on our Patreon, but it was only on Monday because of Valentine's Day. I don't know if you got up to much on Valentine's Day, but I'd done the open mic at Hot Water, and there was a kid there.
Oh my God, you're such a lucky girl.
Yeah, I mean, Amy was there too, and there was a kid who got super drunk before he went on. It was like his third time going on, and he went on, and it was like, wasn't great. But it wasn't. It could have been a lot worse. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's because it's Hot Water crowd. Like,
yeah.
What? So they were all being like well up for it, really giving.
Yeah, and they were just like, they were laughing. They were more laughing at him, but they were still laughing.
Were they laughing at him because he was leathered or because he was shit, or both?
Both.
Okay.
Both. But then he come off, and later on he was absolutely twatted. Asked Adam Rowe if he knew who Bill Hicks was, if he'd ever heard of Bill Hicks. And then he got up and fell, and hit his face on the wall, the big divide in Hot Water green room, and then slid down the wall. I've got a picture, I'll put it in here. And it's still there. I went back to Hot Water last night, and it's still on the wall where his face has hit it, and it just slid down.
Like a cartoon.
It's so funny.
He should have done that on stage.
Yeah.
That sounds like a single man on Valentine's being like, right.
But this is what happens when, like,
I'm going to neck that wall.
There's loads of free ale there, because they, like, put loads of drinks out for the new acts, because there's loads, and the really new ones who get nervous come and just grab a whole jug, and they're like, oh, fuck.
I hated that when I first started, and people would get like properly levered because they've become quite arrogant, and then you have to do a car share with them. So there was like people like, I remember once doing a car share with two comedians, Liam Pickford, do you remember him?
Yeah.
And Jonathan Mayer.
Right.
And we were driving back from somewhere like York, and they were proper pissed. And then every services they wanted to get out and either get a snack, get a drink, or have a piss.
Yeah.
And at one point I was just like pissing my car, doing my fucking awful people when they're drunk.
Yeah. But I mean, like, that's it. Like, when I started, I used to have a beer just to sort of like calm the nerves. But I know if you get too bladdered, you're not going to do well.
That guy,
and you do better sober.
Yeah.
Anyway, like,
when he was bombing, he went to high five the crowd.
It's a good technique, though. I think I might use it in the future.
What's that? Hey.
And you're just like, and then the woman high fived him, and everyone was like, wait.
So it's just like sitting him down like that.
Yeah. It was mad.
Did he get arrested? He was drunk while he was on stage, or was he just trying to?
You could tell he was drunk.
No, but he was like, I'm a bit pissed, to be honest. That was like his set.
To be honest, was like his finishing line on every.
Was that his catchphrase?
Yeah.
To be honest,
he might have been that drunk when he's got off and went smashed it.
Yeah. Oh, he probably thought he did well. Like, yeah.
One of my first gigs, I think it was my third gig, I fell onto the stage. Like, so I did King Gong.
Right.
Which
in Manchester?
In Manchester. And it was brutal. So you get booted off, 30 comics, booted off if you shit.
Yeah.
And I was just so nervous. I was like, I was just looking at the mic stand, like, if I march, just
get
to the mic stand. And I remember just like it just going higher, and I was like, no. And I just shouted the word. I've got it on a DVD, and I just go, no. I even stick my arms out, like, no.
This is my actual nightmare.
And it killed about 2.5 minutes because I really fell, like really.
Yeah, and then you're bladdered, so you can't get up either. Can you? That's the thing.
That's amazing. Yeah, we're doing our first live show on the 9th, and I've just got visions of me doing that, falling over onto the stage.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like you're used to being on stage, aren't you? Did you ever do things on stage when you were like younger?
No, I know, I'm terrified.
What are you going to do to like...
I'm just, you were saying before, I'm probably going to walk on like Theresa May. Yeah, I'm terrified, but what can I do? Gotta do it.
Just move this.
Okay. We went to watch Jackass the other day, right?
I'm going tonight.
It's so good.
No, don't give any spoilers.
Okay.
What? They all hurt themselves?
Yeah.
But there's just things in it that like you don't expect.
Just
you know what I mean?
the opening bit is amazing.
It's so funny.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because
Jackass is amazing. Yeah.
when it came out, that and Dirty Sanchez,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to do as a job.
That was it. Yeah, that's
like,
what we used to do.
One of my friends, a guy called Fred, I don't actually know what his real name is, and he took it too far. So it was everyone had like a little camcorder with a tape in it, so that's what we'd do it on. But he used to do it when there was no one recording, and he'd just come downstairs in like someone's mum's shoes, and then be like, "I've stapled my balls to my legs," and we'd be like,
"Why?"
And then once he stapled the inside of his cheek, and do you know how a staple goes like that?
Yeah.
And he couldn't get it out, so he had to go to hospital with a staple in his face.
That's awful.
My mate, this isn't the same thing really, but she was just in her knickers and then she tried to fit through my spiral staircase and got her head stuck.
What, between the bars?
Between the steps, she tried to fit through it. And so she just got her head stuck, just in knickers on. That's like shout me mum. Like,
sounds like how every porno I've ever seen in the past 2 months starts.
Right, but anyway, so we've arranged something for Dean, right?
We've got in this thing of like, we're gonna start doing mad shit for our Patreon.
This is what
looking at me now, like, Tom, get your balls out.
No, right, listen. So when's this gig booked?
The 14th of April, I think, at the Lafayette.
Throw yourself to a glass table or something.
No, so me and you were gonna write a set for him, and he has to say it, and he's gonna have a GoPro on his head.
Oh, nice, okay.
14th of April.
Bourgeois.
Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to make it like purposefully shit, or are you just going to end his career?
So we'll make
I
it
said we
sound...
can't be like racist and homophobic and that.
Yeah, no, you can't do your normal set. You've got to do.
No, I need to save that for the goal.
Something about women being the weaker sex, maybe.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I'll
it's going to be a bomb. It's going to be a horrible bomb.
But yeah,
so
that's
you
going
want
to be
to
old Jerry Seinfeld-esque. That's the first time. That's how I'm going to go in.
So that's going to be filmed and put on our Patreon, which should be fun.
I can't wait.
So
if you got any ideas, Tom.
When you were saying before about Dirty Sanchez, like when you found Dirty Sanchez, it was like the indie. You know, one like people are talking about Jackass, and you go, "Oh, you haven't seen Dirty Sanchez?
You haven't seen the real shit."
Yeah.
It's the same, but they don't wash. Like,
Didn't you meet a guy from Dirty Sanchez?
Matt Pritchard.
And you were dressed as a wrestler.
Oh, we were dressed as the Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom. Nice. We were dressed as them. We were dressed as them for a Halloween party, and Matt Pritchard from Dirty Sanchez was there, and we were just like, just flexing. But yeah, because we used to be like skateboarders and that, we used to be all into Jackass and that, and my mate was like, when you have, like you're saying, they've got the one who always goes like too far with it.
Yeah.
He used to just terrorise his nan and granddad. Like he cut a big heart, you know, the heartogram thing, BAMS thing.
Yeah.
He cut one of them into his bedroom door, threw his mattress out the window, and was like jumping out of his window onto the mattress in the garden.
So it was nan and granddad.
Yeah. And then they made a vomit cake. You know, like the vomit that they done on.
Yeah.
They done that with a cake, iced it and everything, and they woke up in the morning and the slice was gone. And his granddad had took a slice to work. And didn't realise it was his vomit cake. Like, apparently he was just like had the shits for like 3 days.
No
and they were all like, who's took a slice of that?
Like the amount of fat dads that must have been woken up in their sleep by their son just slapping them.
yeah. But yeah, it was mad, the whole BAM thing with it, wasn't it? They were just like, you're not coming on.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Didn't let him on.
Didn't he call Jeff Tremaine an M-word and stuff?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, has he gone off the rails, BAM?
Yeah.
And you know when like the Jackass guys are looking at you going, just chill out.
Yeah, it's too much then, isn't it? Yeah.
That was his point. He was like, we always used to be on drugs and drunk, so why now is it bad that I'm on? But they're all like 50.
Yeah. Because we're all multimillionaires and we've got stuff to lose.
Yeah, but it is still like just as good as the old ones. Like
you
some
got
of the
some
stuff's
new people
brutal. Like,
now.
Yeah, Eric Andre's in it as well.
Yeah, I love Eric Andre.
Yeah,
you got a girl.
A black girl.
Yeah, but have you got? Did you do anything on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, we just went for a meal.
Yeah.
Not exciting. I'm romantic. I know how to treat the ladies on Valentine's Day.
Where'd you go?
To a Thai place, Yira.
Oh yeah.
It's a chain.
It's a chain.
Tiger and curry.
What did
nice.
you do for Valentine's?
I just set up a huge half pipe in my back garden, brought some of my mates around. They were just I did. But I was in bed, honest to God, at like 7:30. That's how bad this hangover was. And I don't want to be like, I'm 35. I've done a drink. But it was rough. And I was it was me, the dog, and I was watching the documentary Cheer about cheerleaders. Not in a weird way. There's men ones as well, because it's 2022. That was my Valentine's night.
Nice. Someone's asked a question. Are you still confused?
Oh, because I did an advert.
Yeah.
That's why.
No, because like the roast you was talking about, everyone was saying you're confused about if you were gay or not.
Oh, right.
I'm pretty sure that was about the advert, though.
All right.
Yeah, that was Rob Shields' question. Are you still confused about being gay?
Oh, no, maybe.
Oh, no, it was about being gay.
I've never said I was gay. I love how you tried to back my corner there. You're like, no, it's the advert that's never...
I thought the question was just, are you still confused?
I think Rob might know you from somewhere else.
I
might have added that.
I think you've added the gay bit.
Yeah.
I think it was about the advert.
I think I'm about to Preston this.
This is my question.
Never mind the buzz. I'm like, this interview's over.
Give me my dog back.
Give me my little gay dog back.
Is it mad doing adverts and that? Like, because... Like, did you tell people who know you that you've done the advert, or do you just pop up on people's telly and you're like, "Oh my God, there's Brennan"?
Yeah, because I think like an advert it's not like a career choice.
Yeah.
And it was it during when we were still in a lockdown? I think it was still while we were in a lockdown. So I've done a few before, and it's just like a nice like payday.
Yeah.
But you don't like. I'm
No,
never
I
like,
don't brag
guys,
about it.
big news. I say 4 lines. Have to come dine with me.
Yeah.
So I obviously told like my family, and then I flew to Madrid. I got a 2-week holiday in Madrid, filmed for 2 days, but just like bummed around Madrid all the time.
Yeah,
It's great.
That's sick.
And I've never been.
When we was in New Zealand, I come up with this idea for this podcast, right? And it was originally going to be called 3 in a Bed. Isn't that weird?
Nice, isn't it?
The worst film that's ever been made.
Yeah. Don't know if you know. Brennan's IMDb.
That's why people think I'm gay. I did a film where I got heftily bummed. Oh, did I get bummed?
Heftily.
I don't know if I got bummed. I played a gay guy in it.
Yeah.
And
you've just been method acting ever since.
It's a role I was preparing for all the way through uni. And then there was a bit, I don't know if I've talked about this on a podcast before, where we had to have like it wasn't like a sex scene, but it was
close enough.
It was close enough.
Yeah.
So I was acting with this guy who used to be on Hollyoaks, so he's a really good actor. And he wasn't gay, but even this is coming from me, he was.
Yeah.
And he got really into it. So we're like kissing and that. And all the crew were gay, and the director was gay. And then it was in the script, it was like, and then he kisses my neck, and kisses down my body. Cut, end of scene.
Yeah.
So he's kissing down my body, and I'm like, they're gonna say, I'm like, oh, and he gets like here. I'm like, no one said cut yet. And then the guy just keeps going. And I'm like, okay. So like one eye's open, and the director's like,
yeah. Took his pants off.
And then he just starts to try and take my boxes off.
Yeah.
And I just went, cut.
Yeah, no.
And then everyone went, oh, why? We haven't finished. The dog's loving it. She's like, yeah. He's literally, that was the face this guy was doing while he was taking my boxes down. And then I was like, what's gone on there? And they were like, oh, we just thought it was really good. And I went, no, we can't be doing that. And they went, why? And I went, oh, as a joke, I was like, oh, well, if ever I meet a gay guy, and everyone went, what? And I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Was Kevin Spacey in it?
No, that was a different movie.
Because someone said, tell us about getting propositions by Kevin Spacey.
Are you allowed to talk about that?
I mean, I'm not. What? Because we're protecting. I mean, he's not a paedophile. He's just.
Oh, yeah. Just a bit of a pest.
I didn't. So I didn't get bummed off him. He just basically tried to get me to go back to his flat.
Oh, shit.
When I was about 21, 22. But he was quite adamant. He was going, do you know, it'll be good for you. Which he wouldn't have been, because he would have
just bummed your head in and then
my head off, yeah.
And then that's it.
and then
she might want to get down something for a drink.
Shade away.
I think she just wants to come here. She just wants to make me look manlier. I'm gonna come here. Is it all the talk of Kevin Spacey? show me on the ball where Kevin Spacey touched you. Oh my God. So yeah, but like one of my friends got me off him. Yeah. He woke up and Kevin Spacey was sucking him off.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Come here.
What a hustler Spacey was. What a hustler.
Where'd you find the time? Oscar winner. All those lines for House of Cards. And then gobbling off lads that don't want it to happen.
Slipping his number in, waiting as his number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Well, do you know, I think the warning signs were there. So there's a famous story about how he got like his first role. Do you know when you hear about like people like Steven Spielberg, how he snuck into like he went on like the Universal tour or the Warner Brothers tour or whatever tour.
Right.
And he jumped off the cart and then snuck into a director's or like a head of company's office and was like, give me some money.
Yeah, right.
And the guy gave him like a couple of grand and he went, come back in a month, show me what you've made. If it's any good, I'll give you some. Came back, it was all right, but he see I'll let you
see potential in him. And that, yeah.
So that was what happened with Kevin Spacey. He was just that GAY, noshed off the guy selling Chubba Chubs, and then all of a sudden he was at the theatre, and there was a guy, and there was like on the opening night they do like a press night, and you have to have like tickets to get into it. And he, in the interval, he saw like maybe the director or something, left his jacket during the interval, and then pinched his tickets and went in the press night, and then.
No way.
Noshed everyone off, I guess.
I guess.
If you did that nowadays in Universal and you try to like jump off the ride, immediately just be like a knee in your back.
Yeah.
Swat around you with tails and shit. It's never happening now.
We've had another question. Who's it by?
Is it Craig Cooper? Because I saw this one immediately.
Yeah.
What does Ellie Goulding's fanny taste like?
Are you allowed to talk about that one?
I mean, who's stopping me? Come here.
Some hard hitters here.
Let's make this wholesome before I start.
This is what happens when you just let your patrons control the questions, isn't it?
I mean, it was a long time. I guess it just tastes a bit like fannies.
A bit like fannies, yeah.
I presume.
Like, how did that come about? Like, just
so this came about where back in the days of MySpace, and this is before she got like really famous.
Right, okay.
And then we ended up chatting on MySpace when I was like 18. And then we ended up swapping numbers. Maybe I put her song as my thing on my MySpace profile.
Did you put her in the top 8?
Yeah. Her and Tom. And then she was gigging in Birmingham where I was at uni.
Right.
So she goes, oh, come along. And then went to the gig. And then we, just
done stuff.
Just, you know.
I think Craig was expecting like, strawberry milkshake.
Yeah, like the undertones of like a fucking wine.
I mean,
taster.
I mentioned it on when I went on another pod. This is not a Ellie Goulding sound effect, by the way. I mean, it could have been. Come on, Scruff, you get that Ellie Goulding bull.
She had a bush, didn't she?
Yeah, she had. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but when you're 18 and you've only seen a couple of fannies and they all look like, you know, a chicken thigh fillet that's not been caught.
Yeah.
You go, and then suddenly it's like, hey, and it was pretty. It had volume. It looked like Kyle Legacy's head.
Wow.
That's a big one.
That's a big old bush. Yeah. So yeah, and then we never really spoke again.
No, just done the dirties.
Because I kept my virginity, kept it like a choice. So I didn't lose my virginity till I was like 22. Because I used to keep it as a thing. Because girls would go,
22,
I want to steal that.
Oh yeah, and it was like a golden ticket.
Yeah, so like whenever I was at uni and say my mum's gonna watch this. My mum like shares everything I do. And when I was at uni, I saw some fannies, mum.
You heard it here first.
Exclusive.
So I kept it as a thing where like girls would go on, but girls really, really wanted to take it.
Yeah, that's what.
Really. There was once I woke up. I was about 21 in the middle of the night.
Yeah. And
some girl was trying to put me wig in her.
Was it Kevin Spacey in a wig?
It was Kevin Spacey in a wig. He said,
Kevin Spacey.
It was this girl who said she was called Kaiser Sose. And then she just limped off.
No
That's
way.
mad,
So
that,
you were,
isn't it?
you were almost raped.
I mean, it is, innit?
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah.
It was attempted rape.
Like if it was the other way around.
Go on, Tom.
No, I
You
was just saying, yeah. It was attempted rape, isn't it? Definitely.
Yeah, but no, you told us something in the car.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk
I
about
think
that?
this is hilarious, to be honest. But my mum had some like wild friends when I was younger.
Are you about to tell me you got raped off one of your mum's
No,
friends?
no. It was a joyous experience for me. But my mum's friend got like.
Wait till you hear the story.
She got like
great.
she got like a tit implant, you know what I mean? She got new boobs, and she just get them out to me on the reg because she knew I loved it, and all her mates would be laughing. And
How old
shit.
are you by this
I'm
point?
25. I'm 25 now.
Oh,
I was about
No,
5. I was
five
about
at the
5.
time.
Yeah,
What?
something like that.
Yeah.
Older, yeah. But they'd all be screaming, laughing and shit, and I'd be like, I was made up, yeah.
Yeah, she'd rub him in
Made
his
up.
little
Yeah.
5-year-old face.
Oh yeah, I was buzzing, and so that used to be like a regular thing when she'd come round. I'd be like waiting for it. I'd almost be disappointed if she didn't do it.
What? Do you remember why you were so...
Yeah, I just liked. I think I just liked what I liked at that age. You know
Just
what I mean?
love
Figured
tits,
it out
innit?
fast. Yeah.
I guess it's sort of like, do you know when you see like an old chocolate bar that you haven't seen for ages? Like, because as a 5-year-old, be like, oh, that was such a good meal.
yeah.
We all
It's just been like
favourite.
super size.
Maybe a bit older. Maybe because I was old enough to remember like I'm liking this. I don't
Yeah,
know what's
yeah.
going on,
Yeah.
but this is great.
But then Dean was like, well, what if that was the other way around and it was a man?
Yeah,
putting
it'd
his
be so
willy?
weird then, wouldn't it? It'd be
In little
weird.
girls'
talking
faces.
about it.
Balls. Just
Yeah.
one ball. And he's like, you know, little Lily loves it.
Yeah.
She's like, I love balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first word was balls. The second word was uncle.
She'd be disappointed if he didn't get his balls out.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, weirdly enough, I had a row once with my sister's daughter's dad. They're not together anymore. Like my sister's ex.
Okay.
So when my sister had a baby, we were in a restaurant once, and this Ukrainian prick. He's horrible. I mean, he's not a prick because he's Ukrainian.
I was gonna say, does it matter that he's Ukrainian?
From the Ukraine.
Okay.
And she whapped her tit out in the restaurant, which is fine. But I just never seen not
To feed the baby.
to feed the baby.
Right, yeah, okay.
But I just went, oh, like because there was no warning.
Yeah.
And it's my sister's tit, and I just went, oh, and he was going, what's your problem?
Yeah.
And I went, there's not a problem. I'm just
It's just my sister's
there,
tit,
innit?
yeah.
I just might be gay.
I don't know what to do. Yeah. But I thought I'd feel something. So I went, shall I go and wait outside? Because I just didn't know what to...
Yeah.
How old would it have been? I mean, it wasn't that long ago, actually.
32.
It was like, she's 7, so I was like 28.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he was going, look at it. I went, no. And he went, you're being rude. I'm not. It's like, but it's there. And like, you know...
You're being rude for
It's like,
not
don't play
looking
with
at
your
it.
food first of all.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
niece, like, and then I just didn't know what to do. So and then my sister got weird. So she went to the toilet, and then he went fucking ballistic.
Yeah.
And he was going, "You're out of order. People should be able to." And I believe that.
Yeah, it's not like you went. It's not like you were saying you shouldn't be doing that. It just you felt a bit awkward. Like, oh, I don't know where to look because your tits up. My sister's tits out.
Yeah.
And he's like, look at it.
And he's like, "Look now."
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, "I don't want to." He's like, "Grab me. Look at the tip."
No.
Yeah. Anyway, breast milk tastes all right. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's such a weird one. Going, look, don't be disrespectful. Look at your sister's tits now. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is weird.
Yeah.
Like he was they met when they were in the circus.
right.
And he was a bear trainer and a
Your
tiger.
sister in the circus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just get one tit out.
The
Just feed the front row. Like.
magnificent tit.
Our boyfriend's like, I love my sister's tits all day.
What does she do in the circus?
She doesn't do anything now. Like she used to do all sorts. So she'd do like the like she's like ballet trained.
Right,
So
okay.
she'd do this amazing like ballet act, and then she did. She was like a magician's assistant for a bit. She did
No
all
way.
different things.
That's mad.
Because I guess when you start, you're like
You
21.
have to come up through the ranks of the circus.
No, they don't do like open mic
Oh, okay.
circus. Someone comes on pissed. They try to do a move and fall into a wall. I'd love open mic circus.
Oh, it'd be so good, that one.
Because what if you had to say there was an open mic circus night in a week,
Yeah,
and you've always loved circus.
yeah.
What would your act be?
I think I'd try and juggle on a big ball.
That's what you'd go for first.
Yeah, why not? Go big, innit?
Yeah.
Because if I smash it, they'll go, this kid's got potential.
But what are you doing to prepare
Put me for the middle.
for that?
Put me for the middle in the circus, on the trapezes or something. Preparing.
What
Probably get a big
circus
ball and
acts are
have a go
there?
in the garden.
Like sword swallowers. And,
Sword swallowers.
Clowns.
Getting it in the face with a
yeah.
pie is probably the easiest one.
Yeah.
But you need to draw that. You can't, like, if you just go on, you've got 5 more minutes to fill.
I'd have a
More
go
pies.
at the trapeze and just then double up as like a stunt man who always just gets hurt.
And I guess it starts off lower anyway, so it's like one of them things you grab onto at a park.
Yeah,
go
just
around.
have a go and see what happens.
Yeah.
What would you go for?
Like, maybe some aerial hoop. Is that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know if Dean like threw a bit of eyeliner on? I reckon Dean could be like a magician. He's got a little bit of a magician look about him. Yeah. Chris Angel, Amy's his assistant.
Chris Angel, the mind freak.
Demon.
I was so obsessed with magic when I was like 14.
Yeah.
So obsessed with it.
I used to love The Masked Magician.
Yeah.
That was such a good show.
Yeah, that was
Where you
sick.
reveal everything
He
at
was
the end.
such a little snake, wasn't he? He was such a grass.
Yeah. And then it turned out with the whole thing, it was the guy who presented the show was the Masked Magician as well.
used to watch it like that.
Yeah, flapping
Ripping
what
the
they're
area
going
where
to
his
do.
hair used to be out. Debbie McGee would be doing the same. She's like, I'm only with him because I'm fucking loaded.
But yeah, it was a mad, like, he didn't think of it at the time, but like, he was a proper little rat in, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Proper little grass.
And magic was massive then, wasn't it? It was on all the channels.
Yeah. It was like David Blaine, and that was just getting big as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, when he would go on this morning with an eye on his hand.
Yeah. I used to love when Bo Selector taking the piss with him.
Yeah,
It was so funny, that.
Do you remember he went in the glass box? I think it was in London.
Yeah.
And he just, and me and my mum would get up in the morning, like before school, and just watch him for a bit. I don't know why we were obsessed with him.
When people like flying little remote control helicopters with
bacon
Mackies
butt.
and that
Yeah,
on it.
Like,
and that.
people
It was
egging him and that as
so
well.
British, that, innit?
You're trying to follow your dreams, mate.
Yeah, mad. What would you do in the circus, Tom?
Like cannonball guy.
Yeah.
Get
That's a
cannonball
good one.
shot
Yeah.
at me, yeah. Just put on loads of weight. Fucking my circus guy.
See what happens.
What, so you'd get a cannonball at you, or you'd be the cannonball?
Ooh. I never thought about being fired. I was originally thinking taking the cannonball.
Oh, was it? I
I
thought you were
thought
talking
fired.
about.
No,
I
it's
could
pretty
be the
metal, but yeah, I get
cannonball
fired.
at you.
No, that, like, no offense. A human-sized cannonball would probably kill you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The cannonballs are only little. Like
Yeah, but there must be some circus sticks.
70. How heavy are you?
I don't know.
Imagine someone overarmed a kettlebell at you.
Yeah.
That'd be like
Okay.
the base minimum.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Okay, yeah.
So having a whole human body fired at you would be terrible, I think.
We were talking about the circus and what you do in the circus. Someone's asked, if you could be a WWE wrestler, what would your name and your finisher be?
Because I loved it. I don't watch it now because I'm a grown man.
Oh, don't get us in beef with the wrestling fans.
And it's WWF, not WWE. But I was proper. Legion of Doom were my favourites.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
I loved all
It
them.
was just the 90s era was like the
But there was like
best.
characters.
Yeah.
Heartbreak Kid.
But you'd want to be, if you were going to be something, you'd want to be a character. I wouldn't want to be someone coming on in just the gruds, like, and they're like just wearing.
You want to be like a
Speedos.
Mick Foley, wouldn't you? Where he does like 3 different ones and shit
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Like he had like 3 different personas, didn't he?
When I was a kid, you used to like wrestle with your mates, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And like the spare room. Me and my mate were called Thunder and Lightning. I was Lightning, he was Thunder, and our finisher was like Thunderstorm or something like that. And he had 2 little brothers, and we'd make them come in and wrestle with us, and we'd fuck them
Yeah,
up.
just
every
fucking
single
batter
time.
I broke my hand once play wrestling.
Yeah.
So I used to go around to my friend Danny Moss's house, and he once off the stairs, so off the like banister of the stairs, he suplexed me through an ironing board.
Yes.
And I was like,
Hardcore
and he
rules.
was just going, "Don't tell me, mum."
Yeah.
And my hands literally like that. Don't tell me, mum. Don't. I'm going.
Yeah, the
And he's
animal's
just-
fucked as well. What happened to Brennan Karate Chop? A lad I went to school with, it's like pretty big in wrestling now.
really?
Zach Gibson or Zach Diamond or something his name is.
You're looking at me like I'm gonna go, oh yeah, on the North, Castle Circuit. I don't know what the fuck.
But no, he's done like trials for WWE and shit like that. Like,
Is that like when someone's dad said I did trials for Blackburn?
no, he actually has.
He was like, hamstring went through.
It's just mad because I remember in school when they started going like to the training, like when we was in school. So when he was like 17, they used to go and like they used to be the ones like jumping off ladders into tables and all shit like that. And now he's still fucking doing it, man. It's just mad to see it. Like when you stick with shit, how far you can go with it. Like going to Japan and doing wrestling in Japan and all
they
that.
love it,
Like,
don't they, over there?
yeah, it's sick. A lad I once done a pedigree. Remember the pedigrees? Onto a chair. But the way he used to do it was like support the head, so your knees had hit the floor.
Yeah.
But he didn't know that. And he just fully pedigreed me mate onto his chair and just fucked his head. Like, just went, fuck off. Like,
it was the same with Jackass and wrestling. You immediately go, I'm going to try this.
oh, yeah. It says, don't try this at home. And you're like, fuck that. Get me a ladder. I don't know what my name would be. I never thought about the name.
It takes a bit of thought. Do you know
What
I mean?
vibe would you go for? Would you be like, do you know, have you had like gothic ones where like Edge Christian and Gangrel?
Yeah.
Or would you go like flamboyant, like Macho Man?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I used to love like the Hardy Boys.
They were sick.
They were the ones, them. So maybe that kind of style. That's kind of like what was that? Kind of like a, I don't know, they were a bit emo, weren't they, with the long hair and the fingerless gloves and all that. Yeah. So it might have been one of them. But I also wouldn't mind just being like one of the ones in like a mask. Do you know what I mean? And everyone's like, oh, who is it? You don't know who it is. Like, because I used to love Kane when he had the mask on and that. Because he'd be terrifying. He's like, he burns his face in a fire and he's all disfigured. And everyone's like, oh shit, who's that?
And he can wrestle, can he?
Yeah.
he's got 3rd-degree burns, and he can.
Did you see some of the shit, like some of the storylines they used to say? They'd be like, oh, he's 700 pounds and all that. You're like, oh, he's massive, isn't he? And you realise if he was 700 pounds, like, can't get out the house.
They had a terrorist one as well, like not long after the London bombings.
Yeah.
And they just grabbed some fella, but he was from like Idaho. Do you know what I mean? They were like, his name is Cabal.
He put some like curly shoes on him, and they're like, it was like, comes on with a carpet, and they're like,
it was good though.
Do you know Kane? This is I don't understand. I don't really remember many things from my childhood, mainly because Oscar winners tried to rape me slightly. But
slightly.
I've got a weird memory for facts about wrestling. And Kane, before he was like Undertaker's mad brother, he came on as a mad dentist. That was his character, and he was like this weird dentist.
Yeah.
Do you know when you're like, you're the dentist?
What I didn't know is they like give them their characters most of the time, don't they? Like the Undertaker. I was listening to him on a podcast, and he's like, Vince rang him up and was like, "You're gonna be this." I'm sure he was gonna be like an egg or something. And he was like, "I don't want to be an egg," and he's like, "You're being an egg," like just shit like that. It was mad. I don't know if it was an egg. It was something ridiculous, like the Eggman or something.
He's cracked.
Yeah, it was mad.
And they had like a retarded one as well called Eugene. And his whole shtick was, he's retarded. That was the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah,
I think if I was a midget, that's the job I'd go.
Yeah.
You want? It's like there's a couple of
Well,
jobs you can get panto.
Who did they have? What was his name? Like Hornswoggle or something?
It was Hornswoggle. There was this clown called Dink.
Yeah.
I think it was probably the same guy.
Maybe, yeah.
And then he used to have 2 months off every year to film Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'd love to if we set up like a comedians pro wrestling night. That'd be boss, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'd all end up cancelling ourselves through injury, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
How did the dwarfs fare in the old wrestling?
Well, they used to do dwarf matches.
Oh, against each other?
Yeah, and then they'd take one of the ropes off. Because there's no need for the top rope. But they used to have like little Mexican ones on dressed like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
It'd be the match would be sick.
See, Rey Mysterio was sick, wasn't he?
He was one of my favourites, because he was small. You know.
And then he killed someone.
Did he?
That's why he don't wrestle now.
Oh, really?
He killed someone with his move.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. I think you've got a computer there. Check it.
I thought you meant Chris Benoit. I know Chris Benoit killed.
Oh yeah, he killed
family.
Yeah.
No,
himself.
He killed someone or broke someone's neck in a wrestling match.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's because the dents, aren't they? Like
He wasn't a dwarf.
Oh, okay. The average weight of a dwarf is 170 pounds, isn't it?
150, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Pretty dense, that, isn't it?
And then
It's a lot of fod.
a man, the average man is like 200, so it's really not that much different.
Because we were looking up that on our Patreon episode, we were looking up
Percy Foster.
that Gordon Ramsay.
In 2015, he killed someone. Yeah.
With a wrestling
He
move?
killed
With a
someone
619 or
wrestling
something?
move, yeah.
Oh my
Isn't
god.
that fucked?
That's heavy, that.
Yeah, true.
A few people that died like wrestling, and like, but not like, was it Owen Hart?
I saw his last match before that.
Didn't he fall from the roof?
Yeah.
and die like in the...
Come on a zip line and then it broke.
Yeah.
And then he just got splattered and then they were like, so the next match is the
referee just slides in.
Sweeping the ball.
He's out the ring, he's like, 6, 7.
Yeah, so bad. That.
Oh my God.
He literally Royal Rumbled himself over the top rope.
That's
Mad. Yeah, I used to love wrestling back in the day.
Just let him know. That was Gary Moe who asked that question then. Cheers,
right.
Gary.
Shot one. We didn't answer it really, but we did speak about wrestling.
I'd go flamboyant. That's what I'd go.
Flamboyant,
I think I'd have a tassely jacket. Or I'd go like, there's always, every couple of years, there's always like one that's a bit of like, pretends he's like a porn star.
Yeah.
So
like Val Venus.
Val Venus. There's Ravishing
one.
Rick Rude. There's probably one now called like Sir Noncelot or something.
Yeah.
And then you come on, and like Val Venus used to have a
towel. Yeah.
And I think his thing would start with like, hello, ladies.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was class.
I'd be bone china and I'd crush bones.
Crush bones.
I'd use
China
Chinese
too.
torture methods. Yeah.
China Square.
Oh, there was one called China, by the way.
Oh, was there?
She was massive, wasn't she?
She was like a sob story as well, wasn't she?
Well, she wrestled the blokes because she was so
She was
like
huge.
the women and the midgets couldn't take her, so she went for just the blokes.
Didn't she used to like low blow people, and then someone wore a steel cup one time?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, and she blowed her, and she like fucked her leg, and they were just like, haha.
This is how
You
obsessed I
cannot
was
beat
with
us.
wrestling when it came. Like it got out to, so I got into it when I was about 4, and then you could play with like figures and watch it till I reckon 10.
Yeah.
And then I used to play with them till I was about 13.
On the sly.
My dad used to work nights, right? So he'd come in, and it was like everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up, Dad." So what I'd do is I'd put a book in the ring so you could slam them and it wouldn't make any noise.
Yeah.
And then puberty started when I was maybe like 12, 13. And I used to go, my one website that I used to go on the family computer was WWF nudes.
Right, okay.
And it was like, there was like 3 pictures.
Like Trish Stratus and that?
Trish Stratus, Sable.
Yeah.
You're doing a Playboy shoot and then fucking China. It looks like your dad's put on a bra.
Yeah. I used to love, was it Jerry the King Lawler? He used to absolutely buzz off. Like, when they used to like pull the tops off and that in the ring, it'd be like, he'd go crazy, wouldn't he? He'd absolutely love it, yeah.
My heart can't take it.
Yeah, it was mad. It was just, I just don't know how they can still do, like, replicate what it used to be like. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, the Attitudes era is what you mean, innit?
That
Like
era
Stone
was
Cold
just
and
seemed
stuff,
just like so good.
It was the best.
Like,
It was the best. I was so lucky to grow up in that period of time with Stone Cold and shit, and like HBK. And you thought, because he used to be the Heartbreak Kid, and you were like, oh yeah, he's super smooth, and then you look at him now and he's just like that.
Those eyes. He looks like one of my friend's brothers. And I can't not look at him. They both got the same, like they've been put through too many tables.
We got a question here from Jonathan Bagley. Would you eat a roast in a bath?
Would I eat a roast in a bath? I mean,
are you partial to eating in the bath?
I've done it once, and then there was.
Because the picture I used for questions was you eating a burger in the bath.
Well, that was the only time I've done it, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I was feeling a bit low, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to put a candle on, get a Five Guys, eat in the bath. It was great.
Yeah.
Do you not get bits in there? I hate bits in the sink.
Well, I have a bath in a bath.
Yeah. Bits
Yeah, but like when you're eating your burger in the bath, did not spill out.
Sort of like leant over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Well, so sometimes, and it's like the most white trash thing in the world too, but sometimes I'll smoke in the bath. Just fucking scum, I don't know what it is.
You are white
You
trash.
are like Marilyn Monroe.
Fucking Scarface in the tub. But it's just like with a tiny joint.
At least it's a joint. I think a biff would be a bit different.
It's still
If you
scruffy
smoked a
though.
Do you
biff
ever
in
put
the
it out
bath.
in the water like?
I was like conscious of the ash getting in the water.
Yeah.
I'd have a shower after it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's funny.
The only downside to having like food that you need to use your hands with is that I had to dry my hands every time I wanted a chip. And it was like those Cajun chips from Five Guys, which turn your hand into.
You need a bath
dust.
fork.
A bath fork, that'd be good.
That you can like stick on the wall.
Or some like cutlery that would float.
Yeah. Well, I seen that like someone was like, oh, the food takeaway cartons float in the bath.
It's too much that.
But I don't know if that's someone's trick to just so you try it and you scrang those in the water. That'd be a good trick to
You
play
just
as
got
well.
a collar in the bath.
Yeah. So you go, oh look at this, it floats and your whole scran just sinks. I mean, eating in water, like I don't know, it's something I don't like it.
I don't mind, but I think a roast in the bath is one of the loneliest things you could do.
Yeah.
A roast
heavy
on
meal
a
as
roast
well.
on your own's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna make a roast. Who
For
for?
me.
Just me.
You've got like a little gravy pot.
Yeah, you get wrong with the one that you put on your head when you wash your hair. Like, oh, fuck.
Right ones, yeah, roast a bit too far for me.
Yeah.
Naomi Mitchell, you've been asked to design a new sex toy. What's it look like? Function.
Are we going for is it going to be a male sex toy or is it an all-inclusive sex toy? Or
I'd make.
Is it going to look a bit different though, aren't they?
Like a big chair, right? And it'd be cost about 50 grand.
50.
And you sit in it and it massages you. And then
What, like one of them shit massages you get out in an airport?
But it's not shit, it's 50 grand.
Yeah, but there's only so much massage you can replicate.
I think Amy wants a chair with an actual person inside of it that like comes out for the top.
Yeah.
Like,
I reckon you could pay someone 10 grand a year to be on call.
Ask me to do it, and I'll do it for free.
Get a chair.
I'm thinking of the sex toy. So and then maybe a wand that sucks as well because you've not used them. But
have you ever tried one of them clit
suckers? Are so good. And
doesn't it make a weird sound though?
Yeah,
isn't it like?
It's really loud. And then so maybe combine them two, and then you may as well do it all.
Also, I was imagining it was just one of them. You know, them white deck chairs with just a dildo. Just
50 grand.
Yeah. Do you know when they do the Aldi specials each week? That's come out, and then they've gone. You got any super glue? We've got some Freemandals left over.
I just love to see it on Dragon's Den. Just like whip the cloak
I was
off
just
of it.
thinking,
you know Deborah Meaden though, he's not been fucked in about 20 years. He's like, I'm having it.
I'm in, yeah.
I just think it'll do everything.
So
something that does everything.
Full body one.
Yeah.
Do you want everything at once?
Heated, yeah.
Heated.
As well.
Yeah, you don't want to cold.
Because that's your foreplay as well, then you got your massage.
Well, does it do it in stages or does it all just come at you like
just put it on all at once?
It'll have different programs.
Okay, yeah, for 50 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
and
don't
then I'm guessing the program's like here, like
yeah.
Or on via your phone through an app.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
But yeah,
maybe your partner can control it as well. That's the thing people do now, isn't it? Like,
if money is no object, surely you just make like an ex machina fembot.
Well, they exist, don't they?
Yeah, do they?
Well, not
a very crude version.
Virtual reality stuff. Do you know what it's called? I seen this on Duncan Trussell's stand-up. We went to see him in Australia. Teledildonics, the technology is called. And it's like you can watch VR and have like a flashlight and it moves, it syncs up to the porn that you're watching. So like whatever's happening on the screen is happening to you. But you're just in a room on your own, just like, like grabbing tits and that, like it's mad.
Yeah. They'll turn into. Do you remember those rumours when you were at like secondary school where there was like a boy who was like wanking with some headphones on and he woke up and there was a sandwich in his room?
Yeah,
that's what it'll be. It'll be like he was being fucked by this IKEA furniture. There was a finger up his ass and clit sucker was on his nipple, and then he woke up and there was roast dinner by the bath.
Yeah.
I've never used a male sex toy,
like a flashlight or anything.
Flashlights always remind. There's Jason Manford's brother. Once, I think he was the first person who ever told me about him, and he looks like Jason Manford has been pulled out of a canal after 3 days. And I always think, like,
Jason Manford follows us.
Does he?
Yeah.
We didn't even know.
We didn't know.
Well, your brother fucks a can with a fanny on it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. It's mad. Like, go on. Sorry.
I was just like, I think the idea of having a fanny in the drawer.
But the thing is, like, it's the whole, like, I know it's a bit of a hack thing of being like, oh, the post-cum, like, regret that you feel. I think when you've got your knob in something, and then you've got to, like, you've got to clean it.
Yeah.
And that, I just don't know if that's, like, worth
like what's a
how good it can feel like.
What does a cock ring if you do? Does just shake on your penis?
Some of them don't even vibrate, though. Some of them just, like, keep blood in there and make it a bit bigger.
Like a stripper's. Do you know when they put a band on the dicks?
Yeah. So the thing is just to make it feel be a bit bigger. But then some of them vibrate, so that's more for the women, though. Then, innit?
Well, for bloody women, innit?
That's the thing with sex toys and that. And like, you see all these adverts for like new sleek designs for women, but then you go, oh, I've got to shag this fanny.
Well,
some of them
what
look like
would you make?
Like Steve Jobs' mates need to get onto it, don't they?
Yeah. We need sex toy equality. Yeah.
What would you make then?
I don't know. We were looking at the sex dolls, weren't they? And they look weird.
Oh, some of them look like children.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember the documentary? He's got like 8 of them in his house, and they're all set up in like scenarios.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
one's cooking his tea, and he comes in, he's like, "Hello, Bethany." He's like, "This is Bethany."
Yeah.
This is that. It's the faces on them. They always look shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're actually conscious deep down. like a Black Mirror episode. Like, kill me.
Can I get one that's got mental scarring, please?
What would it be? As I say, you need something that, because like them fleshlights, you see one and you go, that's a fleshlight. You need one of them. Do you know where they make them ones for like smuggling drugs, and like, oh, it looks like a can of Coke.
Yeah.
You need something like that, really, don't you?
I think I've got one. So it'd be like a pair of pants.
Yeah.
So like a thin nappy. But
A change so drastically from a pair of pants to a thin nappy.
like some
like spandex underpants or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then your knob, there's a bit, so it's not just like boxers, your knob goes in a bit.
Okay.
And then maybe it's got loads of sensory bits on.
Right.
And then at the back, there's just a plastic pepperami.
Little
Just
finger.
goes,
Yeah.
So again, I've basically streamlined. And he speaks like the pepperami man. He's just like, so you can pop it on, go work. I've basically streamlined your chair idea and turned it into pants.
Yeah,
Yours is on the
portable,
go. Yeah.
Portable, come.
But see, that
Come
is that
sit on
frowned
me.
upon?
What, doing it in work?
Yeah.
I mean,
If
when
no
I was
one
a
knows.
teenager, I would do it anywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It was,
Well, wanking in work, yeah.
no, I was a teenager.
Yeah, I've wanked.
But like, I
Have you
didn't
wanked at
wank
work?
in school, but I did it on the bus.
Yeah.
I did it in the garden.
Sounded like a 21 questions. That you do it in the Bentley, you do it on the bus.
I would everywhere. Why else
Really?
would I
Yeah.
do it?
In the garden. Did you say then?
Yeah, do you know when you forget your key as a teenager?
So you wank.
It's like 2 hours.
Okay.
There was
What
no
else are you gonna
phones.
do?
There's only so much Snake 2 you can play. I would do it. I'd done it on a train.
Yeah.
I'd done it on a train in the carriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And then into a Costa Cup.
Nice.
So it was there was no one on the carriage. I checked,
Yeah.
and it was one of them where
Did you shoot it into the cup?
no, I sort of just
Angled.
angled it. The cup was empty because I didn't want coffee balls.
Yeah.
And then, but it was on a 2-seater chair. Do you know where they face each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty risky. And I imagine someone definitely saw it. Where else?
Or even if it was just for a split second as the train's going.
Hey, did you see that?
I don't mean it. Do you know when it goes? This train is not stopping. High speed train. No, like as in the ticket guy must have a screen, and he's like,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
defo CCTV. Like,
Yeah.
did you
Stop me.
cover yourself over while you were doing it, or were you just
No.
straight out in the open?
It's like, I
Wow.
think down around to the ankle.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
That's uncontrollable horniness. That's
mad, innit?
Fucking
Honestly, I'd look at anything. I used to do it on my paper round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
No, I'd get in the Guinness because it was loads of like. Do you remember when Tits were in papers for no reason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd get the Daily Sport and it'd just be there'd be no news in it. It'd be like tits.
Free
horoscope,
holiday.
Tits, yeah. Free holiday. And I'd get them and I'd have my like high vis bag
Yeah.
and then I'd get one of them out on the handlebars and I'd be like this, like trying to keep my toes on the thing, and then I'd come in the
Oh, into the paper.
into the paper.
There you go.
Oh.
Number 3.
Have that.
You
There you go.
savage.
Even like Lance Armstrong's like, it's impressive. Climaxing during an uphill.
I was getting drug tested. I was like,
This paperboy's fucking wild.
So you posted cummy newspapers through people's doors, essentially. Is that like a sex crime?
Yeah.
it was the 90s.
So it's fine.
It was the 90s.
Was it a different house that get one every day, or
Yeah,
every week?
It's like a little treat.
So it was a random one.
Yeah.
It was like so you couldn't get caught then, really.
I mean, I definitely could because there's DNA all over it, but
Mm.
there wasn't someone who's been like, someone keeps coming
On my newspaper. Wow, that's mad.
Wild.
I've never done it anywhere. Mad.
You know,
Rings up the show. He's like, Tony, I just kept getting sticky papers.
Yeah. Can I get a non-sticky one next time though? I don't know what's going
he
on.
orders 2 of the same.
Yeah, I've never. I don't know. I've always just controlled myself.
I literally couldn't.
On your bike's mad. Did you not even have stabilizers, nothing?
I was like 13.
That's impressive, that.
It went a chopper, was it?
Yeah. I just imagine asking to put stabilizers back on. I'm like, why? And you're like, I need the control. Just makes
it was one of them with a back bit missing out. Do you know those like where you could? Like,
have you ever seen Scallies where they're just like driving to the vat and you can do it with no hands?
Yeah.
It's just like
I used to love riding a bike with no hands. I used to eat like burgers and that, packets of crisp. And ride with no hands.
Yeah. Anytime you see someone ride with no hands, you're like, they're hard.
But I always think about like people, Scally lads do wheelies now, don't they?
Yeah.
They're always wheeling. It's like, why don't you just buy unicycles? It looks so like they smash a unicycle because they can ride on one wheel for ages. Like,
but you don't look hard on a. If you're doing a wheelie, hard as fuck.
Yeah.
If you're on a unicycle.
I'd be sick.
It's like your balance is boss lad, but still circus freak me. Oh, that's not another good circus one. Unicycle.
That's what my circus act would be, and then I'd.
The cream pie.
Not just this, it gets better. I like this question from Haley Louise. I always think about this. So tomorrow, if you were to wake up tomorrow and you've still got all the knowledge that you've acquired, but you're 10 again, you're 10 years of age, and I always just think, I immediately go to, I'll just invent like fucking Twitter or, you know what I mean?
How would you go about inventing Twitter?
I know, yeah.
You still need to know. You don't know how to do it now, though, do you?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So you still have to have the idea.
I'll just pitch you.
Because you could be like, I buy loads of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I'd defo do that because it was cheap as fuck, wasn't it? So even if you bought one.
Apple shares. But imagine going to like you're 10. You go, Mum, for Christmas.
Yeah, can I get some shares in Apple?
And like, you were
Yeah. And all the girls that you were into are like twice your age. Because you've still got the mind you are now. You're not going to go for 10-year-olds, are you?
You don't know what type of girls I'm into.
I can do it again.
Oh, no, you're right. Twice my age, 10-year-olds.
You just wouldn't have that. I'm going to get so much 10-year-old pussy, you know? You know, now that I've acquired all his chisel.
What would you do?
I'd just leave home.
Would you start stand-up?
Like,
Would you start writing?
Yeah.
Would you take all the best?
I'd be doing Tom Stade's bits.
That's it, yeah,
I'd be doing all the bits.
Chappelle slapping
bits.
your knee.
But you'd be like this wonder kid. You'd be like,
That's
do you know what it's
it.
like when you hate your wife? Who's this kid?
Yeah.
Terror attacks, prevent some of them,
Could
save a
stop
few
'em.
lives. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't physically like Mark Wahlberg and try and fucking take them out myself, but I'd go. I'd grass the terrorists up.
Keep an eye out on 9/11.
Yeah.
Like
So when were you 10?
2001.
All right, so you got 10. Oh no, so you and when what
29th of August. So I've
so you've got
days.
12 days.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great
That's
film.
a movie, yeah, that's a movie.
It's like 24,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like, that'd be, like, but they're not going to listen to a 10-year-old, are they?
Yeah, but then you're like,
You could
well,
be a
it's on
psychic,
you. It's
though.
on
I
you.
tried. Told every like put it on MySpace, guys. There's going to be a bad attack in 12
Yeah, but
days.
then-
You would have been arrested.
Yeah.
They just think you were like a 10-year-old member of Al Qaeda or
That's it.
something. Yeah.
No way. So
You could be a
try.
10-year-old mystic because you know all the
Yeah.
news and just predict it all.
But how'd you get them?
People
how'd you get
think
the
you're
money?
like Nostradamus.
You could go back to
Go
the
on
future.
tour.
Yeah.
Nostradamus.
Nostradamus. I didn't go
Hunchback
to
of
school.
Nostradamus.
I used
He's
to
ringing the bells and he's like, September 11th, baby.
Amy had go to school. That was exactly
That Disney film's just so sad. That cartoon. It's like Aldgate East.
But yeah, I mean, but you can't even say, I'll put the lottery on because I don't know the lottery numbers
Can't
that come
remember
out
No, yeah.
either.
I think it'd be dead sad. It'd be like Tom Hanks. Oh no, it's the reverse of Tom Hanks in Big, isn't it? Because he was
small.
a kid
Small, yeah.
trying to get a 40-year-old woman to. Well, she was trying to shag him.
And all you can do is play the actual piano. You're like,
I would actually like that though. To go back to 10
Yeah.
with all your worldly
Yeah.
knowledge.
I'd just turn into a supervillain.
I think everyone
A
would think you're a
villain.
prick though.
Yeah.
If you had a 30-year-old
You're
dead
trying
and
to
you're
watch Toy
10.
Story and you're like, I'm more of a There Will Be Blood man.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck's this kid, man? Trying to enjoy Toy Story. Yeah.
Can I get
trying
a
to
bevy?
enjoy your 11th birthday. You're like, everyone's a prick.
It's boring. I just want cocaine.
There's a biff there. Like,
Yeah. And they're like, I bought you a single from Woolworths. You're like, fuck off, mate. Do you know what I'd do at 10? I'd start crafting that chair that you want. I'd get one of my mum's old DFS sofas
Yeah.
and my dad's power tools and start cutting holes in it.
You could write tunes, couldn't you?
That'd be good.
Write music.
I was just just yesterday.
Mm.
Just come out with Ed Sheeran. Mind you wouldn't do Ed Sheeran. I'd be like an Avicii DJ.
Yeah.
Because now everyone knows it's just press and play.
Just be on
A
that.
lot goes
You know what?
into it,
Someone
really.
who was telling us about a tribute DJ, Daft Punk tribute.
Well, you just put Ed on.
You just put masks on and press play, and they're just like around the world. Like
Yeah,
that's the best.
£2,000.
That's the best tribute act
Chatting
you
to
can
each
do,
other,
innit?
like,
Yeah.
fucking get on it.
So, and it could be different people every time as well. Like you go, we could do one in Leeds, one in Liverpool, like the same night.
That is, what a boring tribute act to go and see.
I know, mad.
Yeah.
But I think they smash it like fest, like Trib
Yeah.
Fest and shit like that. You'd smash it, wouldn't you?
You could say Jimmy Savile's a nonce, and people would be like, hang on, you can't just say stuff like that. And you're like,
You can out all the nonsense.
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, you'd be like a hero.
Yeah, of course.
But they all knew already.
yeah.
No one's
Yeah,
like,
true.
"Oh, was he?"
Yeah.
Just be 10-year-old boy shows up drowned.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. That's the thing. You're 10 with all the knowledge, but because you're 10, you've got
powerless,
none of the
yeah.
power. Yeah. You
man's-
can't really do
your man's
anything.
just like, I can't take this fucking kids anymore. Keeps going with these mad predictions.
Oh, I love kids that have got old ads on them.
Right.
Like, who's that guy on the news?
Oh yeah, he's brilliant, that kid, isn't he?
What does he say?
People just fleeing from the wreckage.
Oh, I don't know what that one is.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about the well, obviously that one? That
Well,
kid?
basically, yeah, that kid.
He's
Who's
mad
that?
because he grew up with his
I've never
granddad.
been on live television before.
Yeah, have you seen him?
No,
He grew up with his granddad, and his granddad always just used to watch the news. So the way he talks is
Just a
just
proper half fella.
yeah, it's just dead funny. But he's about 9, like it's class.
I need a wee.
Oh, okay.
Can I have a break?
Yeah, we'll have a little break there.
Cool.
We'll see you in a minute.
Ladies
And gentlemen,
and in-betweens, it's time to up your vibrator game and get yourself a brand new vibrator. There's so many different things you can get these days. There's wands. They sell the Vush wand as seen in Cardi B's music video.
ooh, get yourself a WAP.
There is. Yeah. Listen, it's all about that self-care. And if you do one thing to look after yourself this Christmas or going forward into the new year, get yourself some more vibrators. Fellas, look after your ladies. You know how like made up she'd be to open like a brand new wand?
Maybe
or
make sure
whatever.
she only opens it in front of herself, though,
Yeah.
and not any children
Not
around.
the kids. Honestly, it'll improve your sex life. It'll improve your mental health. It relieves stress. It's self-care. Wank more. taylorstoys.co.uk.
Yep.
And the code is TMHC10 for 10% off all your vibrator needs. Or just your kinky stuff like bed restraints, cock rings. So much stuff to just spice up your life.
There's even stuff you can put in your dick, if that's what you're after.
Yeah.
Who knows? We don't judge. There's a pair of breasts with a fanny in the middle. Go wild.
Whoa.
10% off that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Go there now.
Yeah. Taylor's Toys. TMHC10.
Good vibes only.
See you later.
Bye. We're back after a little wee break. We have...
Is that where the adverts all go in for the sex chairs?
Yeah. Oh.
The members only club card, you get one of these.
Oh.
And it entitles you to one favour from us. So
Oh my God, this is so cool.
yeah, so
There you go.
you just
You're
keep that.
officially in.
You write
You
your name on the
You
back.
can redeem a favour.
I gathered that's what that bit was.
Yeah, when it says your name.
I don't know if you've ever seen a credit card or anything before, but you write your actual name.
Yeah.
Look at that, what we've got. Any favour. Well, not any favour, like I'm not going to...
We're waiting to see what people ask.
No one's asked yet. Rob Thomas asked me to subtitle a clip for him. So
Of course he
that's
went
his
for
done.
something like that.
That's his done now. Unlucky.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
don't know. Well, do you know what? I don't really like, do you know when someone goes, oh, lend us a tenner, or I don't really like borrowing money, or...
Don't ask for money from us. We're on the door.
I think it's got to be, if you only get one favour, it's got to be good. Like, if you could ask a favour off me, or the dog.
This is it. You're here.
This is the favour.
Yeah. Nice one.
A favour.
I don't know. I'm the same. I don't really like asking people for stuff or anything like that. But I'm hoping one day someone's like, I've just hit someone in my car. I'm like, oh shit, it's happening.
We're all that. Come on.
Right, to kick off on a question from Jane Pickering.
Oh yeah, shout out Jane.
When an audience member's disruptive, is it a pain in the... Are you fuming for ages, or do you leave it with the gig?
a video, like, well, I'll put the link to this video, went up the other day. Are you in hot water?
Me. Oh, yeah.
Did you see it?
I have seen it.
When he was ripping that woman.
In the front row.
Oh, mate, when you said it looked better if you just had eyebrow written. It was so funny. What happened with that? Like,
so no one saw what happens at the end. So if you watch the video, everyone...
I seen your reaction to something happening.
Just goes, oh.
Yeah.
So she was waiting for me. Like, there's like a little alleyway in there to get off stage.
Yeah.
She had a glass of red wine. And I was like, that's going over me.
Yeah.
Because she kept going, oh, I'm not bothered. But clearly...
And you're like, you sound bothered.
Yeah. Never been talked to like that in her life. And then the bouncer sort of drifted her away. And as everyone was like, bye. And she just lost it. And then just launched a red wine over the whole audience.
Oh,
and
did
some
she?
Guy got caked in it.
No way.
and he pushed her into a wall.
He pushed her.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it seemed like fucking bit chaotic, like, but that's it. People just can't handle it, can they? Like, they try and act like they can. And then as soon as if the whole audience are on your side, like Monday night, I had a fella, like, there was a couple getting a bit weird with me. Like, do you know when you're speaking to people and then you can see them sort of being like, talk to someone else now.
Yeah.
But I weren't even talking to them. Like, and he said something, and his missus was like trying to cover his mouth, and I was like, "What are you saying?" And I've got a honky horn.
Yeah.
If people are overrunning or like, doing too long, I fucking honk, like gong them off for a non-gong, basically. But so I still had that in my hand because I just honked someone off. And he was saying, and I was like, "What did you say?" And he said, and I just went, "Hey," and just honked him. But the whole audience was on my side, so you feel like you've got this like,
it's like being stuck behind your dad, and you're going, "Come on, then." Come on, then.
Yeah. So in that situation, obviously, everyone's going, "Oh, see ya," and they hate it because they just don't realize, like, if everyone's on your side, you're fucked here.
Have you had like a heckler death, like where they've
Man tried to
assassinated
fight you, didn't he?
Yeah, I've had a couple of like, so. Let me go through some of the ones. There was a man in Australia who lobbed a bottle at me. He smashed on my knee.
Yeah.
He was, it was like this packed gig in Adelaide, and they have this thing called Calypso Weekend, which is sort of like this horrible bogan racing weekend. So the crowds are weird. And then there was two big guys sat at the front, and I was speaking to one guy who's been a bit of a knob, and I went, "Oh, what do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm a picker." I went, "Oh, what's your favourite thing to pick, little boys or little girls?" And then he threw the bottle at my knee, smashed, and then couldn't understand why he was being thrown out.
Right.
So that happened. One in Chester.
Yeah.
I had a guy who wasn't even at the gig. It was when they were doing Alexander's outside, and there's a little Roman walk.
Yeah. Oh, we were there.
And the guy was
I
was so annoyed because I think I said he was following a little girl or something.
Yeah, I think he had it was his kid.
Was it his kid?
I think it was his kid.
I had a guy.
Did he come round?
Yeah, and he goes, "I want to speak to him."
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, well. Pay a tenner and you got. What other ones have I had?
Didn't some fella try and punch it or something?
I had a guy strangle me.
Strangle, yeah.
I was dead new, and I was doing a gig in Northwich, and it was like for a football club. And weirdly enough, I had this Fred Perry top that was like made out of an old Brighton deck chair.
Right.
Or that, whatever it was. And it was their kit as well. And this guy kept being like, "You faggot." And I was going, "Why do you think I'm a fag?" Yeah. and then I was doing that thing where I was being quite cocky, and I was going, "Oh, you're scared of gay people?"
Yeah.
And then the next thing, he had his hands around my throat. And then he put my back on the table. And someone just went, "Get off him." But because I was so new, I just carried on doing my set. Yeah. So that happened.
That's funny, that. Just carrying on doing your stuff.
But I've had a lot. I'll tell you the most frightening one. I was doing, I don't know what it is about me. I think it's because I'm quite hard to place, where, again, it's like alpha males being like, he's quite confident for not an alpha male. Is he gay? Is he not gay?
Yeah.
My girlfriend's laughing at him. All those things. But there was a woman once, and it's because I'm a bit of a gobshite. Because I'm not coming on like, you know, you get these comics who are quite, I don't know, they're like dark comics and they're quite confrontational.
Yeah.
I say horrible things, but I do it in quite a nice way. Where I'm like, "You're a nonce," and everyone's like, "Ah," and he's like, "Oh, I'm a fucking nonce." So I was doing the late show at the London Comedy Store, and there was a guy, like an old guy, sat here with this woman who was clearly an escort.
Right.
And she comes in every week.
Oh, okay.
She's always in. And this guy was heckling, and I was like, mentioned that she might be an escort. And she went, no, I'm not. And I went, well, why have you come dressed as one? And then she goes, you better take that back. I was like, what do you mean take it back? Like, what are you talking about? Take it back.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, she took out a metal nail file and she was coming to the stage with it.
God.
And I was thinking, oh God, I'm going to
This
get...
is it?
I'm about to die at the Comedy Store. I'll never be asked back. And luckily, the bouts there are amazing. And I saw this guy, this huge guy, just come up from behind him and he just took it off her, grabbed her around the neck and just guided her out.
Yeah.
But when I'd seen him coming behind, then I got that power thing and I was going, yeah.
Come on, then.
Yeah. It's like, why are you coming towards me? I've got no money.
Yeah.
Like, all those things.
I do like that you lead into it. Like, on that one clip, like, you just lead into it and be like, you're a knobhead, you. Like, fuck off. Like,
but when people are, I got my, like, heckler training from going to an all-boys school.
Right.
So when everyone was like, you're gay, and I go, and?
Yeah.
And
Suck it off right now.
Yeah. You drop them pants. You drop them great schoolboy trousers. And I will nosh you off into the middle of next week. I've got Key Stage 2 satin wanking off. Get them off now. And these lads couldn't cope with it.
Yeah.
But it was the only way I could not get punched in the head. So they'd go, you're a prick. And I'd be like, stop flirting.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only reason why I'm quite quick. I think it's one of my comedy superpowers.
Yeah.
Because I think every act's got one. Some of them are being dog shit. But like you've got ones like you've got like lovely little things where like I'm just bigging up my boyfriend now. But like do you know where you go you can get a subject and you find all the funny bits really quick.
Right.
Like and you set it up and you get to it. Whereas, you know, other comedians that we've seen and know, it takes them like 4 minutes to get to that one fucking punchline.
Weird economy. That's what that is, isn't it? Yeah.
Where that's not my thing. My thing's going, shut up. You silly woman.
Your eyebrows are shit. But yeah, I do like the way you deal with it. It's fun to watch. But I think that, like, when I first started out, I was getting heckled like your worst. Because you're like, how am I going to deal with it? And that, most of the time, it's not even that hard to deal with, is it? Like, sometimes it'll be the odd one.
A little, like, it doesn't even have to be as funny as the stuff.
Yeah.
But because it's in the moment, everyone's like,
oh, that was good. Yeah. That's what I like about hosting. I was saying this about hosting. Like, you can say stuff that you think, like, I go, I'm just saying this. I don't even think it's that funny. I'm just saying it. And everyone loves it in the room. And it's like, that might not have got that big of a laugh if it was in a set.
Yeah, totally.
But because it's just in the room and everyone's like, oh, he's just thought of that there. Yeah. It's like, gets a bigger laugh if anything. So you feel like
doing live magic.
It's weird, yeah. It's mad. I am a magician as well. I'll say
yeah.
Could be, lads.
Well, that's my favourite thing. I think those ones in the moment where, like, if I could do 20 minutes of crowd work as a set, instead of just going, what's your name, where are you from?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really does it.
Yeah.
But that'd be the dream. Because everyone thinks...
Like, and every gig's different then.
Every gig's different.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, I know we give him shit before. Kyle does that, doesn't he? Kyle Legacy.
Yeah, he's great. He's a good host.
He says, like... But I've seen him do bits as well, the rat.
Yeah. But I've seen like Ross Noble do bits.
Yeah.
I did Ross Noble's support for his work in progress, and you're like, why would you need work in progress if you're just making it up on the spot?
Yeah, true.
But he's so good at like moving it all about.
Yeah.
He's like Tetris. He's like.
That's a mad thing with like Ross Noble and like Reggie Watts and that. When Ross Noble done a tour DVD and there was 5 discs in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, what's this? And it's all different venues and it's 5 different hours. And it's just like, wow, that's so sick how you can do that. Like, I don't know how, obviously, like you say, there's going to be some bits that cross over and stuff.
I don't care.
But even still, to have an hour where not one bit's repeated is still like mad. That only like there's half an hour that he does.
So I reckon he has like an hour show.
Yeah.
And then he might do 20 minutes of the show in one night.
That's it, yeah. It's mad.
I wanted to talk about Kanye West, Pete Davidson feud. Well, it's not so much a feud.
Oh, yeah.
It's just Kanye West losing his mind.
And Pete Davidson getting his next hour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. so Pete Davidson's now sleeping with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
And Kanye West just went crazy on Instagram, started posting pictures of his kids. It's like, please, God, bring our family back together and all this shit. And
did you see like the Avengers one that he put up?
Yeah. So he's putting up memes where like it's Photoshop where he's Iron Man and Pete Davidson's Captain America. He's like, this is a real.
There's like Drake and stuff on them and all stuff like that. It's mad.
He's proper leaning into it.
Yeah.
And Pete Davidson apparently messaged him privately and said, listen, you know, I'd never get in between you and your kids. Hopefully one day we can all be friends and I'd like to meet them. And Kanye West, what he did to reply was just post a picture of with Pete Davidson and MJ Kelly in their underwear, and the caption is, "No, you will never meet my children." He's clearly trying to be a nice guy, but for Kanye West, he must be like, I'm the biggest star in the world.
Yeah.
Who's this little comedian shit? Who's now just like with
and
me kids and stuff.
That's it as well. He does just look like, he looks like a bit of a crackhead a bit, doesn't he? Pete Davidson, like
a bit of a
skinny guy, loads of shit
to him,
tattoos and that, and like, but yeah, it's mad.
It looks like
mad
he
to see.
Can't believe he's there. He's just like,
yeah. But have you seen? It was dead funny. Someone, I don't know who tweeted it, but it was like, oh, Kanye's HR team have got his Instagram password because he stopped using full capitals in his posts.
He said,
and he was like, look guys, I'm all right, I'm not threatening anyone here. And it's just like a real well written thing, and it was like someone else has written that.
He posted the picture and it's him holding like a yellow legal pad and it says, my account has not been hacked. And immediately people have went, oh well, that's the meme of the year. We're just going to change whatever that says.
And I was just seeing loads of them now.
So
it's just like drawing one of them S's that kids draw and stuff. It's
just mad when, because people kind of like don't think of him as being like with any big celebrity as well. Don't think of them as being just a normal person. So when you see them like freaking out on Instagram, they're like, "Oh, this is so crazy." But it's like, no, he's just doing what you see that, like you were saying about that girl whose mate was shagging her dad.
Yeah.
If she was a massive celebrity, that's the same thing, innit?
Yeah.
Like,
hang on. Who's been shagging the dad?
Some girl on Twitter put a thing, like a tweet out being like, "Oh, I've just imagine finding out your best mate's been shagging your dad."
I thought you meant the girl's been shagging her own dad.
No. Her best mate, who's like the same age as her.
I was literally like, give me her.
She found out her mate was shagging her dad, and just put it all on Twitter. Like tagged her being like dirty little slag and all this, hasn't she? And like,
it's horrible, man.
They're going, oh, she's taking my little sister's bowling now and all this. Like, it's mad. But that's the same thing. But just because she's not one of the biggest celebrities in the world, people view it as like, oh, Kanye's having a breakdown. He's like, he's not having a breakdown. He's just doing what normal people do. But just because he's so big, like,
I also think it's really clever because his Netflix documentaries just came out.
Yeah.
So it's like he was trending number 1 on Twitter over the Super Bowl. It's just so, I think he's so clever.
They're known for doing that.
I mean, they might all be in on it. Like Kim and that as well might all be on it.
I don't think Pete's in on that when he's getting just his pictures of him and his
he might be though, because he's a comedian.
Yeah, he doesn't care, does he?
No. He probably sent him that and went, hey, post this, it'd be dead funny.
And also everyone's talking about him, so his stock goes
up.
Yeah, he's like a rock and roll comedian, or Pete Davidson, isn't he? Like,
should we start a drama? I know we're not that level of fame.
Someone asked us a question about what conspiracy theory would you start if you could start one up, so we can try
do
and
a drama.
Do that.
Do a ruse. Like we was looking at that, what's his name? Percy Foster. Have you heard?
Lightning Thief?
No.
Oh, no, maybe that'd be a good spin-off.
So,
who's Percy Foster?
It's basically Gordon Ramsay's dwarf lookalike porn star who was...
Now imagine that film again.
Who was...
Come on.
Who was mauled to death by a badger.
Oh. They found him dead in a badger den.
Right, but...
My ass is fucking raw.
Bounces forward, dicks.
But let me get you a picture.
We'll slide this picture in as well. So if you're listening on audio,
what was I talking about this for? Oh yeah, because I don't think it's real. But we believed it for years. But this guy is a real guy. And I'm just going to...
This guy is a real guy.
He was in a film called Hi Ho, It's Up Your Ass We Go. How good's that?
Amazing title.
So good.
It's brilliant.
Me and my mate, when we were younger, HMV used to sell porn. This is quite a while ago.
Really, 2 for 20?
They used to have like a little section in the DVD, like an adult section, and we used to go and spend hours just laughing at the names of the porns. There was like Ally McSqueal, like obviously Ally McBeal spin-off, and then there was one that was just called like Tattooed Slappers and shit like that. And
that's someone on a Friday, and he's like, I'm punned out here.
And then there was like Sex Truckers 9. And we were like, oh, sex truckers.
Is that just Ice Road Truckers, but instead they
just truckers
like
shagging, like fake taxi in the truck and that,
We talk about fake taxi a lot.
Dr. Screw was one as well.
Have you ever seen the Toss Noble DVDs where there's 5, don't do the same hand job twice.
That's boss.
Toss Noble.
You watched the Super Bowl in Manchester, didn't you?
I watched it in
West Kirby.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, you were saying, but did you see everyone was like Snoop Dogg has apparently been caught smoking weed.
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. Hutchie, shout out Hutchie, went fucking mad viral. He's been
Yeah, I've
trolling.
seen Lad Bible shared it.
He's been trolling Americans.
Has he?
They've been like, weed's legal here, bro. And he's like, hey, I know my Canadian geography and all this. And they don't understand him. And they're just fuming with him. It's dead funny. Have you found this?
It's gone. Like, I'm literally on my history looking at the same thing and it's not there anymore.
Oh, they took him down in a day.
So it was a Gordon Ramsay lookalike.
I'll show you a picture of the guy.
Did he ever do like a Gordon Ramsay porno?
I'm not sure.
But, I mean,
there's little clips where he's like rooting around and a fan goes, "What's this?"
Yeah, it's fucking raw.
Well, I've got a picture of him saved.
He looks like a Toby joke.
Yeah, where he's like doing doggy with this woman, but he's got a Viking hat on with a big dildo on his head.
It's probably like puppy style, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I'll put that picture in.
Yeah.
A Viking hat.
Yeah, with a big
2 horns and then a big dildo in the middle.
Top. And I didn't realise.
Storming the capital.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, so that if that was a ruse apparently, so I'd love to start our own one.
Yeah, if you were going to do like a
telenovela,
like a conspiracy or a beef with a celebrity to get the podcast to go through the roof, who would you pick?
Paul Smith.
No, you need to, like, no offense to Paul, you need a bigger celebrity, don't you?
You need to go worldwide.
You need to be like Gordon Ramsay or something. Yeah, Pitbull. Yeah.
We tried to say that we had a threesome with Keith Lemon, and our video got took down.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like he'd take it down.
No, TikTok took it down.
He'd keep his hat on as well, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And his wrist thing.
What would he do? So say we took Gordon Ramsay. See, the thing is, like, a good one's like, oh, they died and they replaced him with a lookalike, innit? They've done that with Paul McCartney. I think Avril Lavigne and Eminem have all had that. Like, they died. They committed suicide.
But and they're now clones. I've seen that shit,
Yeah. So maybe if we start one about, like, Gordon Ramsay dying in a
it's got to be believable.
Kitchen accident.
It has to involve us, though, because we're doing it for fame.
What about Gordon Ramsay made a pass at Amy? Like a legitimate pass, that's believable.
Yeah.
On the pass.
Being a scumbag.
Pass on the pass.
Yeah.
Just blag at Amy.
But then that's slander. That's just slander.
Yeah, it needs to be like a calling out, being like, I've got a problem with you. Your lines and your forehead are
challenge him to a celebrity boxing match scene.
Batter me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but think of the Patreons.
I am thinking of the patrons now, actually. Do you reckon he'd do it? If I just went to his restaurant and started just giving his food proper bad critique.
He does hate like critics, food critics.
Or you like start trolling his daughter.
Yeah.
Then he'd go for you.
Yeah, I reckon.
Tilly.
Hey, Tilly.
He's doing TikToks and shit now.
Cooking. Is he?
Yeah, he's just on his TikTok. And she's making him do all mad shit.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm fun Gordon now. Yeah. He doesn't swear anymore.
Got about 18 Michelin stars and he's like,
yeah, flossing in his daughter's room.
I used to love watching Kitchen Nightmares. Is the one where he goes to people's things, isn't it?
Yeah, people. He always goes to the restaurants, and then Gordon Ramsay's coming. You've got cameras set up in your restaurants. No one thinks to clean out the fridge.
No,
and he's always it's the first place he's gonna go to and scream at you.
There's one with a Scouser in it.
Yeah,
and he's smoking. They're having proper beef, aren't they?
Yeah, he hates. It's Gordon Ramsay immediately. But when he comes in, he's like, all right, Gordon, mate, welcome to the... Yeah. And then Gordon Ramsay's like one little tiny bit of criticism. He's like, fuck this.
Yeah, fuck you later.
My favourite's the American ones where they've got this huge place and the granddads give it them and it's this huge fat Italian man. He's like offering Gordon Ramsay out.
Yeah, you just don't listen to him, do they? Yeah. And you come back 6 weeks later and they go, they've just gone back to the normal menu and it's going into the ground and he's like, well, fuck you then, see you later.
But I think a lot of people just stick it out. Like they just get you out at like, listen, we're getting a new set of tables and chairs in.
Yeah. Well, the makeovers are wank.
Yeah, it's always like bluey
overnight, they got a delivery from Habitat.
Yeah.
We got an IKEA chair swing.
Yeah.
And they come in and they go, oh my God, it looks the same, but green.
It's just because we didn't have to do it,
Yeah, and they go, hey, this is the best food in all of New Jersey. Well, he's so it can't be.
Yeah, it's obviously not,
The names are always shit as well. It's always like Keith's Place, but it's a fish restaurant. It's got an eye in it. You're like, oh, come on.
But to be fair, I learned a lesson off that. If you go somewhere and the menu's too big,
It's probably
like if the menu's too big,
Yeah,
it's probably rubbish.
Or pictures, if there's pictures on it, so you can just point to it.
Yeah.
What numbers? I'll have 85.
Yeah.
Tuna
Have
bananas.
we got any more questions?
What's
there?
this monkey
that's it.
news,
Question.
Tom? We've been waiting for.
Well, it was a
months.
while ago. I was looking for interesting when I first started doing the pods. I was looking for interesting stories, and the only ones I kept finding was monkey stories. I was like, I don't want to be like Carl Pilkington, but there was a story about there's a town in India, and the monkeys who live in this area, inhabited. I've killed
Is that
two.
Notre Dame?
I used to have a joke
We're
when I used to
trash.
mention the Sistine Chapel, and I used to call it the 16th, but like dead serious. I could see people in the audience going like,
Yeah.
16th.
I used to call mulligatawny soup multi-gateway soup.
Oh yeah, I do
My-
love it.
my dad once-
Multi-gateway.
when he was burning CDs or like DVDs for Christmas, I got a Paranormal Activity and it written on it was peculiar goings on.
So this gang of monkeys have killed over 250 dogs.
Gang.
Yeah, I can see that. It's like a squad of monkeys. Yeah, they've all got leather jackets and shit. But apparently, a monkey was killed by a pack of dogs, and ever since then, the monkeys have.
Just go,
So what
"Fuck
they do,
you."
but they grab small dogs and they take them up to like buildings and trees and just drop them off.
Cover your ears, Scruff.
Yeah, and they just drop them off these. So as you're walking around, there's just like dogs
That's
spotting
ruthless,
around you. They're
What's
now going
mad
for
though?
kids.
The monkeys are assuming that all the dogs know each other.
Would they were like first blood?
That's
They
what I
do-
mean.
they
Though.
do
So it's
first
like
blood.
the monkeys are like a
That's mad.
tribe, like a group, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they've gone, oh, you've killed one of ours. But the dogs don't know.
Yeah, the dogs are just going out.
So
for
they're
a
just
piss.
killing random dogs going, this is revenge. And all the other dogs are going, poor dog. Like, they don't know that dog. It's like, but the monkeys are like, we've just killed your mate there. And they're like, no.
And apparently now they're going for kids, like young kids walking to school,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, he's about small enough. So they try and get kids. So they like the army's coming in
Like
and shit,
jumping them in.
Where's
killing all
this?
these monkeys
India.
in a town in India.
That's mad.
That's savage, that, isn't it?
Like a proper little
Just a
gangster
town.
movie. Like holding
Yeah.
over the thing.
Imagine being like a 6-year-old kid on your way to work and then they just take
I didn't even like see the joke there. Then I was just like, yeah, what do you mean? Like that happens, doesn't it? Yeah, mad. But yeah,
Wow.
it's sad though for the dogs, isn't
was
it?
I
just
nearly
that.
got mugged by a monkey.
What?
Yeah.
In Bali, was it?
Yeah, he unzipped my bum bag.
Yeah, do you know
Like
what
proper
to do?
knew how to unzip it and everything. It was
Counting
mad.
that.
Yeah, not worth it.
Yeah, takes the exchange money out.
There's a
Someone
little
put
bit
a
of
monkey
lipstick.
on me once in Marrakesh.
Yeah.
I got off this coach and a man came up to me and he goes, and I was like, I went on
And you're in
holiday
there,
on my
aren't
own.
you?
I'm going, there's a coach load of people. I'm going, get this fucking monkey off me. And he's like, pay.
Yeah.
And I went, no. And then he must have gone like, eh. And then this monkey goes, "Ah!" I went, fucking.
Did you pay him?
I had to.
Yeah, they see you coming.
So he just walked off with his
You-
monkey.
You're white.
And I've got your monkey now. You
Yeah.
pay me.
Yeah.
I'll sell you this
Yeah, while the
monkey.
monkey's ripping his face.
Yeah, true, yeah.
No, I'm winning here.
He got me. I got it, and Amy never let me live it down. I was in Thailand on my own, and I got on there was a very persistent tuk-tuk driver, and he was like, the first day I got there, I just wanted to just walk around and just see.
Yeah.
And he kept pulling in it everywhere he could, being like, get on. And I was like, no. And I went, come back tomorrow, and I'll get on it, and we'll go for a little trip. And he was like, I've got one. I didn't know. I was just too naive. I didn't think he was getting scammed by people all the time. So he comes back and he's waiting for me outside the hotel pretty much for as soon as I leave. He's like, you said yesterday? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. We'll go on it. And he hands me this little piece of paper and it's like, to pay for fuel, I take you to my friends' businesses. And he's like, you don't have to buy anything. But it's just like, they give me money for bringing them customers pretty much. I was like, all right, Sam, let's just see where he takes me. He took me to like a diamond shop and I was like, I can't afford anything in here. Take me to this tailor's. I walked into this tailor's and instantly there's fellas on me just measuring me up and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on here? And they're showing me all these materials and he was like, which one? And I was like, oh, that one's quite nice. And he's like, oh yeah, give us some, you'll have 3 shirts on the way.
He bought 3 pretty much shirt dresses
They're so long, aren't they?
Yeah.
So he was
Just
just
that
didn't
he
fit
would
me or anything.
never, ever wear.
Yeah. But they were like, oh, they'll be sent to your hotel in 3 days.
And did they get sent?
Yeah, I got them, but I never wore them ever again. It put me luggage allowance over the weight and everything. But I was just like, I didn't know what to do. And then he was taking me to places and he was going, Greg, and I just went, I'm not going in that one.
He thought he was a pretty woman. Ding, ding, ding.
Walking out and they're all going,
Oh.
they're like
there
that.
we go.
No. And they come back and they're like, yeah, that one. Ooh.
Oh. Sally's went off.
Don't worry about it. We'll be wrapping up soon anyway.
Yeah. He said the other day, he was like, here's a sentence for you. We've run out of hairspray.
But what in my head,
what are you?
in my head, it was like here's a sentence I never thought I'd be saying to you. But I just went.
I thought it'd be the other way round.
Well, and then I went, here's a sentence for you. We've ran out of hairspray. And Amy all day was just going, here's a sentence for you. Do you want a cup of tea? You know, like, just ripping me on the way here. She was just like, here's a sentence for you. So I put the radio on. I was just like, driving like, I'm going to fucking crash this car in a minute.
I'm going to start doing that now.
Here's a sentence for you.
Do you ever think sometimes you say a sentence that no one's ever said in the world?
Oh, loads of times.
Loads.
Can you do one now?
Oh, on the spot?
Yeah.
No.
People have said that before. Go on. You're going to be on stage in a few weeks.
Amy said pussy whiff the other day.
Yeah. I invented that. Pussy whiff.
That's my pussy whiff.
Yeah.
You can't have it.
Your scent.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
Yeah.
Not trademarked. Have you got TM just there?
You're going to make a perfume.
Yeah,
Made stickers. Pussy whiff stickers.
Yeah. Whiff.
Pussy whiff. I don't know about. I'm sure there's sentences you've said on the podcast.
It's hard on the spot.
The Oblong Dildo Crew.
Oblong Dildo Crew.
Never been.
That's my new podcast, guys.
Yeah,
it's me.
Oblong Dildo.
It's like on the Wu-Tang. Can I get the name? Just put it in a generator.
Yeah. But I think, are we done with the questions and that?
Yeah. It's all the
questions.
I think
we can wrap it up.
This is where we all do a line of legal coke.
Legal coke?
I don't know.
We don't do anything. It's all right. It's all good.
They do mushrooms, but they keep them all to themselves.
I don't like mushrooms, as in
do you not?
Shiitake. But I just don't.
Have you done magic mushrooms before?
Never.
No.
I think it'd be a fucking nightmare.
This is what we need to do, because I reckon you've got some. Have you got any awkward sex stories to finish the pod off?
To finish off? I'll tell you one about, it's not quite sex.
Okay.
It's a bit of sex in Thailand.
Okay.
So I went to Thailand on my own, and then for a week, and then the next 2 weeks was my cousin's wedding. So everyone was over. And then my dad was coming to meet us, but his flight was delayed. So we all went to a full moon party, and I got off my head on, I don't really do drugs, but there's you don't have a choice, I don't think.
Yeah.
People are throwing stuff in your buckets and all that. Got levered. And my dad goes, I'll meet you on the island. And I thought it'd be 200, 300 people?
Right.
Like
thousands in it, yeah.
And I knew I was off my head because there was a ring of fire on a string. And this lad next to me, he goes, I want to do it. And I went, yeah, I want to do it as well. He goes, should we do it? And I went, yeah, okay. And then I went, you first. And then he did it. He tripped up and he landed on the thing. And
I don't want to do it anymore.
And then my dad somehow had got over to the island in the middle of the night. He was dripping. And he was looking for me. And he must have seen me on top of a bench. And I was literally like, you know what a bench is. I was elevated.
What is a bench?
It's sort of like the cinema, but facing your friend. And I was still on this bench, just literally digit deep inside a girl.
Yeah.
And dropped a shoulder. And then tap, 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 turn around. There's my dad in a long Thailand tailored shirt.
He got him.
And he literally just pulled my arm out of a
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh. Yeah, that's bad, that.
Great pussy whiff, though.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Real pussy whiff.
Yeah.
Well, that was a nice, lovely way to end the show. What we got? We try and get them off our guests, the awkward sex stories, the fun. Have you got any shows coming up, tours coming up, or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll be doing a tour at the end of the year at some point.
Yeah.
Just got to move because I'm doing something else. But I'll be doing previews going to Edinburgh.
Yeah, cool. He's also coming closing my gig of Phase 1.
Phase 1.
On the last Thursday of this month in February. So tickets are in the link, description thing, whatever. Come to that, it'd be sick. Where you are on social medias and all that?
Oh yeah, mainly Instagram. I don't like Twitter.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking
horrible,
awful.
Isn't it?
It's just people rowing.
Yeah.
My Instagram is @Brennan Reece.
Yeah, that'll be on the screen
there.
and everywhere. Yeah.
Or there.
So yeah, go check Brennan out. Nice one for coming down, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Good time. Say bye, Tom.
See ya.
See you later.
Bye.
Take it easy, everyone. Bye bye.